Constantino, pound for pound.
Okay, we're here with Chris Algieri. Look at him looking like a doctor. Chris, obviously you're a boxing analyst, you're a fighter. Talk about this major fight this weekend, Canelo versus Anthony Yieldrum. Break it down for us.
Yeah, so I like what Canelo's doing. He's staying very active. He had 3 big fights in a row, and then it was only 2 or 3 months ago at this point, 2.5 months ago that he fought Callum Smith.
Yeah, December 19th.
Which is a huge fight. So for him to come back this quick, I think is great. For the fans to stay active. Obviously, he's fighting Yieldrum, who's not really that well known, but we know him from down here. He's a Miami guy. We know him from the gyms down here, and he's a tough guy, and he's going to bring it. He's aggressive, so I think it could make for an exciting, especially early on, fight.
What'd you make of his last performance after 1 year layoff against Callum Smith, who some may consider the best super middleweight?
I was surprised. I thought Callum Smith was going to put up more of a fight. I thought he was going to use that range, use that length, use that power, that physical size and strength. Canelo was able to neutralize all of that, and it was very impressive. What he was able to do, and just completely control the situation.
And what'd you make of that? Him hitting him in the shoulders and creating that little big ball on his.
I think that it was more of kind of an opportunistic approach from Canelo. I think he saw that there may be some kind of issue with the arm and just stuck to it. Very smart move. A lot of times whenever a guy puts their arm down, I like to hit that spot too. When you hit that connection between the shoulder and the bicep, it's a pretty tender area. And Canelo was targeting that because he wasn't able to land the right hand the way he wanted, and just killed that front hand, which is his best punch anyway. Callum Smith, that left hook is his shot. So he completely took that away.
Obviously, anything can happen in boxing, but if Canelo does beat Yieldrum, he's already scheduled to fight BJ Saunders in May. What do you think about that?
Great fight. I think that's a great matchup to make. I think stylistically, Saunders poses a lot of problems. Southpaw, quick hands, slick. Also, he's got the physical size too. He's a big super middle. Between him, that's a great fight. I wish my man Demetrius Andrade was getting the opportunity, but he's another one similar style that would be an issue. But all in, that's a great matchup, and one that I think I'm excited to see.
Who do you got in that fight?
I lean towards Canelo just because of comparing their last couple performances, and I think the momentum that Canelo has. But I guess it's going to depend on what happens Saturday night. But it's hard for me to go against Canelo. I've done it in the past, and I've been I've been incorrect. So it's hard for me to go against him. But that's a very, very live fight, and I would not be that surprised if Saunders won.
What do you think makes him so good, makes him so great, actually?
So I had the chance to spar Canelo about 10 years ago with his team. We were in Las Vegas.
Okay, so he was 20 years old because he's 30 now.
Correct, yeah. It was right before he fought Cotto's brother.
Okay, wow. So that was when he was making a splash in the U.S. debut.
Yeah. I just read about him in Ring Magazine, and they told me I got this Golden Boy kid to spar. I'm going to go in. I came in, I saw him, and I was like, he's obviously a redheaded Mexican. So as soon as right away, I was like, oh, that's back then he was Saul. I was like, that's Saul. My coach was like, you know him? I'm like, I read about him. I'm like, it's work. But even back then, how professional him and his team were, I think that's a big part of why he is where he is today. Everything he does is regimented and a team concept and professional. And that's the way you have to be. And I think him staying so busy, fighting so often, always living the lifestyle, something I always talk about, has made a big splash and has been able to help him be what he is.
What do you think stood out to you the most in that ring when you stepped in there and sparred him?
Even back then, his defense was way better than I expected. It was
Really?
good defense. Yeah, good defense, good reactions, explosive, and very technical. Very technical, even at a young age, 20 years old. Great hand position, good reactions, and I think he's progressed so much more, especially recently, in terms of his head movement, being slick, shoulder rolls, counters. So he's turning into what I think his final style is going to be.
Constantino Garcia here for Little Giant Boxing. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow me on social media at Constantino Garcia.